next on the deck for all the anime that we have talking about, we have The Summer Hikaru Died. And this episode seemed like it was kind of the like true acceptance episode. Where episode 3 was kind of like oh yeah, I know that Hikari is dead, and I like this. What is in front of me right now is not Hikari. This is some entity that's completely different. There's basically a child that probably needs to learn a little bit about this world. So this episode was kind of that. It was more focused on Hikari, and I still don't know the main boy's name. I need to remember his name, but part of the episode was doing that, and also we finally see the sister go out as are doing like the summer festival stuff. But also at the same time, on the other side of things, we have some of the elders who are involved with all the weird stuff that's happening, who invited the dude from the company, who are coming to help and realizing like, yep, whatever a thing is down here is down with us. He's no longer in the mountain, and God forbid he's somewhere. He actually almost gets detected because they were going up to a shrine, but as Hikari was going through, there's actually a barrier that somebody created that prevented him from going in and following our main character boy, which sets off the alarm for the dude who's associated with the company. And so, like, they're in, like, close vicinity with each other, but they don't actually, like, see each other. But he senses, like, oh no, the thing is here. It is out the mountain, and God forbid it transforms into something that we can't tell, because if it does, we're all kind of fucked. And what I mean that this feels like the true Hikari acceptance episode is we kind of get we do get a conversation with Hikari and the main boy where, you know, the Hikari that we have now asked him how did he know that he wasn't the real Hikari. And he sits there, he's like, well, I know because, and they're like, oh, was it because of like the way I talk? Because was it like the things that I did? And he's like, no. I just saw your dead body. And that kind of hit me because it's like, oh, so the first episode kind of misleads us. The main character boy didn't just know in the last couple of days and he's just processing it now. He has had this secret for months. Like, and it's worse because it's one thing where like you try to go find your friend and you don't see him, and then you see him come back and you assume everything's fine, but you think of things weird. It's another when you know your friend has passed away, you see your friend, you feel your friend's body, you wake up randomly in your bed in the next couple of days, only to realize that your friend is back, but you know the truth and you know that something is up. And I sat there and I'm like, oh, this isn't just immediately like, oh, I just found out. This is like I know that is not him, but I cannot bear to face the fact that might not be him, and that might be something else. And so it's just been hitting at him, and it's the first time he's really been able to like talk about it, or really been able to like share that, but he does have like a good cry. And it was one of those things where I don't know how I feel about, well, I know how I feel about, I think it is good, but I mean, how I feel about it in the sense of the main character's development and like whether it's going to go bad or good. Both are still good story options, but I don't know if so there's a point where he cries about Hikari, and he cries about Hikari pretty hardly. And one of the things that he does is Hikari tries to leave, but he still hangs on to like the Hikari that like we have here. So my thought is either A, he's still having some part of him that is battling the idea that Hikari's passed away. Like he's crying, but he also is like, yes, but you are a lookalike Hikari, so I need you to be here for me. Kind of like the toxic like interaction relationship that we saw from Taco P Original Sin, or that we talked about, but not as intense compared to that show, if I'm being honest. Or it could be one of those things where he just doesn't want to be alone. Like he's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I have to accept it, but please don't leave me alone. Where he's more afraid of the idea of being alone and not having somebody, at the very least, similar to the Hikari that he can like lean on. Hikari, Jesus fucking Hikari. God, I'm thinking about fucking Twitch streamers now. But no, someone like Hikari that he can latch onto and actually, you know, be able to express his feelings and all that stuff. And just needing a good cry and just needing a friend. That's what my lead here, but like, Oh man, it's playing such a dangerous game with so many things. So I do believe things are gonna get worse before it gets better for our MC. And it's true. I feel like it's true, and unfortunately, he's probably gonna feel a lot of the consequences for the actions that he has taken up to this point. I'm very interested to see what happens once it's going to happen. The village is going to find out what that thing inside of Hikaru is, and they're going to go after Hikaru. So I'm very interested as to see how that leads into just the whole bullshit with everything and what this village is going through and what the company's doing. I wonder how he'll play a role, whether it'll be a good role or a bad role. I don't know yet. All I know is that it's going to be a role, and I'm fascinated.